Hi there, this is David from AdCloud. In previous videos, we created several forms that store information in SQL tables or in the internal AdCloud database. In this case, in the warehouse inventory form, we store into the internal database. So what we want to do in this video is to create an ETL, a process that extracts, transforms, and loads information, extracts of information from this form and loads information into a new SQL form in MySQL that we're going to create using the application. So as you can see, what we want to extract is the list of items inventory of each of the warehouses in the form. So let's start. The first thing that we're going to do is to create a SQL table using the data modeler. So right click on the data modeler and we will create the table in inventory table. In the local MySQL connection, in the test schema that is called thing. And we will add 3 columns, for instance, it's just a sample. ID, numeric, this TPK, another column, location, is a text column, and another column, total, that is a double column. Okay. So when we create the table actually exists in MySQL. Can be selected, and in fact you can open the data explorer and see that the table exists but has no information. Then we close the data modeler, and the next step is to create the ETL object. So we will create a folder first, ETL, enter into this folder, and here inside we will create the new ETL object. ETL will be named save, and we will open the design page for the ETL. The ETL is a set of steps that are executed in a predetermined order. So the first step will be an input step. Right click on the blank page, an input step of reading this advanced spreadsheet, and we will read the spreadsheet. We will read the inventory, warehouse inventory items subtype child table. Okay, and the second step will be an output step. We will output to a table. The table in this case, well, we need to connect both steps. So the first step is this step, and the second step is the last step of the ETL. Right, double click on the black page and connect the arrows. So we open the second step and insert into the table. The table will be the inventory table that we have created before, and we want to insert information only. Save, and what we need to do now is to define the mappings. For each input step, the output input field, the output field. So the location input field will be inserted into the location output field, and the input value field will be inserted into the total field, and the autonumeric field doesn't need to be inserted. So we are done. We have 2 steps, the first step and the second step. What we can do now is to run the process. We run the process, and we will see that the first step that reads the info retrieves all the information from the form. The ID, the description, the location, the quantity, the cost, the value, and the internal IDs from the Mongo database. And the second step actually inserts into the table with the new ID and only the two fields that we wanted to insert. So if we move to the Data Explorer again, we can see the information on the table. We can edit information and we can use another external tools like Power BI or ClickView or some BI tools in order to read and transform this information again. So that was a brief introduction to all the possibilities that the ETL feature of AdCloud can give to your application. Thank you for watching.